Hey everyone, this is Queenie Clem with Queenie's Book Talk and Reviews, and I am literary ambassador. And today on my channel, I have Krys Marie.
How y'all doing?
Krys Marie, how you doing, Krys?
I'm doing good. How are you
Am I
doing?
am I pronouncing it correctly?
Yes, Krys.
Krys, Krys.
Yes.
Yes. All right. Tell us about Krys Marie.
Well, I am a single mother, born and raised out of Arizona. I've been writing for a long time, been writing since I was a young kid. And so right now I'm actually pursuing a goal, a dream, a passion of mine, which is writing. So it's pretty much, I'm more writer than anything else.
Okay. What is your genre?
Right now I do urban romance.
Urban romance. Okay.
Yeah. And it's not your typical urban novels. Probably not your typical romance either, but I steered a little less on the side of the, I guess, the topics to write in, the street lit. And mine is more of a, I guess they call it sweet romance.
Okay. Okay. So, how many books do you have you written so far?
So far, I have 4 books on Amazon. Essence of Love, Marry Me for Christmas, The Millionaire That Took My Breath Away, and A Love to Remember.
Okay. Do you have any of those books with you now that
I
you're
don't have
there?
I don't have all of them, but
Okay.
I do
That's fine.
love, and I also have Marry Me for Christmas.
You want to talk about those books?
So Essence of Love is my first baby. It's my first baby.
Mm-hmm.
I put a lot into this. Was actually what started my career. I had wrote a lot of books, and I wasn't doing nothing with them. So when I finished, it was like I'm getting this book published. Um, and this story right here is about a girl she's kind of a thinker, and so um, she's approached by a guy who likes her, and he has his own issues. He got his own past going on too. So it's more or less about 2 people who have something going on with their life, but it brings them together,
Okay.
falling in love with each other. This is actually just the first copy of it. There is actually a second part to the series that I'm working on, and that hasn't been put out yet.
Okay.
And as for Merry Christmas, this was my first holiday short. It's a short novel, but it's very good read. I tell people all the time that it's not just a Christmas story. It's definitely not your typical Christmas story. You can read this like any time of the year. You don't have to wait till Christmas to read this story. This one is about a married couple, and basically they have to figure out they're at the time where they should be renewing their vows, which is going to be around Christmas, and the wife has made a mistake, and the husband has to figure out whether he's going to stay. That's pretty much the gist of the book. But I don't give away too many details, but it's a great,
Mm-hmm.
it's definitely a good read. I've gotten a lot of feedback about this one especially. So Marry Me for Christmas is definitely available on Amazon.
Okay. How do your family feel about you writing?
My family is just as excited as I am, if not more, especially my kids, because like my kids, they're really supportive. They're always coming in, asking how I'm writing, how is it going. My daughters read all my stories. I have one daughter who will stand over my shoulder and read while I'm typing. She'll point out mistakes like, "Oh, you need to spell that right," or "You did that right there." Yeah. My boys, every time they tell somebody about my books and they lead them to go purchase a book, they always come home and they say, "Mom, we got a new reader." And I love that because it's like, we got a new reader, you know? So they're definitely they're definitely supportive. Everybody's supportive. My mom, my aunt, dad, everybody is very supportive. They love it. I,
Good, great. I love it. Do your children read? Do they?
yes, most definitely. Yeah.
I know they probably can't read some of yours, but do they read books?
Yes, they read. My girls are a little bit older, so they've read my stories. They know when they get to a certain spot, they know when to stop. And I have in my books, I have them marked. So my girls are like, okay, I know I'm not supposed to read this part, so they'll cut
Okay.
pages. But yes, if they can't do nothing else, they can read. They all read books. I got bookshelves all over the house. They used to have reading time like every day for an hour. They have to read. It's a little less now because they're more active, but they definitely read a lot.
That's good. I'm a educator, so I thumbs up that a lot.
Yes, yes. They like to the teachers at school sometimes say, "Oh, they only got to read for 20 minutes," and I'm like, "No, I don't feel you
Uh-uh.
about that book in 20 minutes. So I want you to read a little bit longer."
Or it'd be like, no, if I can read 2 chapters, you can read 2 chapters.
Right. Exactly.
I'd be like,
Exactly.
how many chapters have you read, Jamal? I only read one. I said, read one more. We're gonna read one more chapter. And I be trying to get my book.
And it's always
To
interesting
make
when they
him read, yeah.
when they start to get into the book, and then next thing you know, you can't get them to put the book down.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, next question. What is the hardest thing about writing your books?
The hardest thing, in my opinion, when it comes to writing, for me, the hardest would be having to go back over it, and like read it again. That in that point in time, that's where I'm going back in and trying to edit and fix stuff, add things in and stuff. I'm like really, really picky when it comes to how I do things. So I don't like to just write the book and then send it off. I like to write it. I like to go back over it. I like to read it again as a reader. I like to have somebody read it to me. So once I get to the editing part, I think for me, that's the hardest part.
Okay. If you wasn't an author today, what would you be doing?
Ooh, that's a good question. Um, I would be reading a lot of books and educating a lot of children because I think that I had a passion for teaching at one point.
Mm-hmm.
So, author, I'll probably try to go in that direction to be some type of mentor to children or to be a teacher. I would go to school for teaching, definitely. But yeah, writing is like the only thing that I do. So that's kind of a hard question, but I think that would be the lane that I would travel. Would be trying to help others, educating everyone, especially I like that culture. Definitely educating them.
Okay. Okay. What inspired you to be an author?
I had a cousin um, when I was younger. She used to write poetry, and she's the one that inspired me to start writing my own poetry. And from there, it went to writing short stories and music. Then it went to writing longer novels. So if you ask me, my inspiration from her because seeing her, and we were young kids, seeing
Mm-hmm.
her write and just looking like reading it and thinking like, oh my God, this is so good. I wonder if I can write something just as good. So my cousin is the one who actually inspired me to write.
And you say you write music, or you just
Like I've written a couple of songs. I haven't
Mhm.
anything out. I'm working on some projects right now. But for the most part, it's just like a personal hobby.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. What do you think makes a good story?
What makes a good story? I think I would say the character the character build, like, or how they are in the beginning and then seeing how they change as the story goes on. I was having an issue with one of my stories, with my character development. That's the word I was looking for.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what makes the story interesting, because without the character and having them develop properly, it really it's going to take away from the story. So you can have all the elements, you can have all the details you like, but if your character is not developed properly, then you're not going to have a good book. That's what makes the great story is having the character developed properly.
Okay. As a child, well, you answered it. You say you wanted to be a teacher, but is that always what you wanted to do? I mean, as when you grew up, you wanted to be a teacher.
No. That's what I would do right now if I wasn't writing.
Okay.
But because I would, as a child, I wanted to be a doctor. I think we around a lot. I wanted to be an obstetrician. I'm still into the whole healthcare area, but more on the self-healing side, like using natural herbs and remedies.
Mm-hmm.
That. But when I was younger, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be an obstetrician, deliver the little babies and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I used to run track, so I had that idea that I was going to be the next Jackie Joyner Kersey. Yeah, my thoughts were being a doctor until it got to the point where I had to find another path.
Mm-hmm. What has influenced you the most as an author?
Influenced. Honestly, I think that every author that I watch, that I look at and I see them, I think that's what does it for me. Like seeing how hard they work and how much effort that they put into it, and I see that and I admire. So that's right there. That's what does it for me. All the other authors, the ones that I look up to, the ones that write great stories, and I read them and I'm like, oh my God, I wonder if my story is just as good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. What has been your greatest accomplishment thus far?
In my writing career, honestly, everything is an accomplishment every day. Like taking this interview is an accomplishment. This is my very first video interview. So everything, right, signing my contract, getting published. One of my books made it to top 20 and the top 100. That was A Love to Remember and The Millionaire That Took My Breath Away. They both made it up on the list for Amazon. So that was a major, if anything, just getting on that list alone, that was an accomplishment. And I know that some people, it doesn't mean anything. And for some people, they don't look at it as if it's like a goal that you should try to reach. But as an author, like personally, that is a goal that you should try to reach. Like it says something about you, you know? So for me, that's my greatest accomplishment. And I'm just starting. So I have plenty of more to get to.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you.
What is your favorite book you have wrote and why?
My favorite I wrote is The Millionaire That Took My Breath Away. And the reason why is because I feel I put a lot of effort into researching topics in that book. And it was one that I like really put my heart and soul into. I mean, I do it with all the other books, but you always notice when you do something a little more with certain tasks.
Mm-hmm.
With I put a lot of effort into it. I researched restaurants and meals, all kinds of stuff, because, you know, I'm not a millionaire, so I have to make my character very realistic. But I think I did a really good job with that. So that right there is it right there.
Okay. How many drafts do your books generally go through before publication?
Let's see. 1, 2. I'd say about 3. We have a new system set up now with my publishing company. So now it'll probably be about 4, maybe. But so far with the other books, I say I did like 2 drafts before it went to publication. But then it also has to go to editing and come back to you. And
Okay. Now, who is your favorite character in a book that you wrote and why?
I would say my favorite character is Jackson from Essence of Love. And I don't even really have a specific reason. I just fell in love with that character when I wrote that book. And anytime I'm ever asked, like, what's your favorite character? What is your favorite guy character in a book? And I always put Jackson. And it may be also because I use like character visuals, and one of the character visuals that I use is of a person that that actually gave me permission to use their picture. So I think maybe that's why I'm so connected with that character, because in my eyes, he's a real person.
Okay. Okay. And where do you so your covers are of real people?
No, well,
Just the characters.
yeah, the not the characters in the book. They, you know how like some authors put up like visual pictures of what they will say that their character might look like.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So the visual for Jackson in Essence of Love is an actual person that I like communicate with.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, that and I think that is why I'm so connected with that character. But he's also like my first male character that I truly actually created and put inside of my first novel. So yeah, I think that's my favorite character.
Oh.
Favorite character.
Do you have any events or plans for the rest of the year that you'll be attending?
Right now, in July on the 20th, I'll be attending the Atlanta Kickback.
Okay, yeah.
I'm there with another author, and I think right now I don't have any set plans as far as for the rest of the year. That's the only thing, the Atlanta Kickback. But I am, going to be trying to get involved into anything that does pop up throughout the year, and working on getting involved in events for next year.
Oh, okay. What is your writing style like?
My writing style. Um, I would say, I mean, I don't know. I honestly don't know how to answer that question. I write really proper. I would say that. Um, I don't know, to be honest. I think that's still something I'm exploring.
Exploring. Good. Okay. Um, so you said you do read your books back,
Uh-huh.
but and you have read your own books.
Mm-hmm.
I think after you read them as a reader, like,
Yes.
"Ooh, did I write this?" Or like,
Right. Yes. Yes. I get that feeling every time.
okay. Um, how do you feel about reviews?
Um, I I'm mixed when it comes to reviews, and it's not because I'm not necessarily worried about the bad reviews. It's the good ones that kind of scare me, because sometimes you want people's honesty more than what you assume that they're given. And I'm not saying like all the reviews are not real or anything like that. I love every review. I like the good ones. I like the bad ones. Um, I think I need to journey out and try to get more reviews. Like, you know how they have some authors that get video reviews. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Authors get their reviews on blog sites, or there's magazines that do them. I've been kind of nervous and scared to go through those avenues. And honestly, it's just because I'm new, and um, um, it just makes me nervous. I was nervous about doing this interview. So I love the reviews. I just wish that people would like say why. Like if you like a book, say why you like it. If you don't like it, why? Because it helps the author no matter what. It not only helps them as far as their sales go with other people looking at those reviews and deciding to read the book, it helps them become better. You know, some of them, somebody can say, oh, you know, I didn't like this in a book. I didn't like how this character was developed or whatever. Whatever it is, say why you don't like it. I get some reviews where it's just like, oh, I like this book. Or, oh, I didn't like this book. I don't know why, you know, and I would like to know why, because I would like to, if it's something that I need to improve on, I want to do that. So reviews are great. I think every author needs them.
Okay. Before we go, fill the authors in, get in touch with you, and show your books again so they can be know what to buy or to purchase from you.
You can reach me across Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. My names aren't the same. It'll be easier to find me on Facebook because as my name is spelled on there, that's how my name is. Krys Marie. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me on Instagram. It's KANDAKE_Marie. And my books, all 4 of them, these are just 2, are available on Amazon. And there's also a Lit Reader app that you can download on Google. You can download for your iPhone in the Apple Store. And those, that app has ebooks on there. I have 3 ebooks on there, but they're only ebooks. Like you can't purchase them anywhere else. You can't get a paperback. You can only view them on the Lit Reader app. So there's 3 books there, and there's 4 books on Amazon available for purchase, and I'm currently working on one right now.
Okay. Is there anything you would like to tell the audience before we go?
I am thankful for being in this interview. Thank you for having me. Everybody, I appreciate you for watching this segment. Check out my books, Krys Marie, on Facebook. Check out my stuff on Amazon. I actually have a page on Amazon too.
Okay.
Look forward to seeing you. I look forward to getting new readers.
All right. And this is author Krys Marie. Thank you for being here today. And I am Queenie with Book Talk and Reviews. Have a blessed day and happy reading. Bye, everybody.
Happy